The year has been 2018, and this is not going to be a recap of politics or events that happened, so we're not going to recap any of the events that have happened in the news and the media, like just in the social ether, because I think that's definitely not what the show is about. The show is about like reaching, like the place where we call the truth and talk about it. So 2008 has been one very interesting year, and the theme of this year has been what difference a year makes. So this year we launched the very first episode of this podcast, and coming to you right now is episode number 35. So somewhere in the internet ether, we have 35 hours of content of just talking. Sometimes our most deepest, darkest fears and secrets are now part of public domain. And then other times we've had very just silly moments, sometimes racist, especially by my doing. But in any case, we all try to mean well, and we're all trying to become better people and stuff. So we are about 2 weeks away from the end of the year, and this is the end of the year Retrospect podcast.
Woo! All right. So, as I talked about on our family episode, I have procured for us a bottle of Trader Joe's finest sparkling white Chardonnay grape juice.
Oh shit.
And I cleaned a couple wine glasses, and we're going to open this puppy up, and we're going to share some lovely sparkling grape juice. Oh my God, it even has a fucking cork. This is adorable.
Holy shit.
This has also now become ASMR.
Oh God. If we converted our show to that, we'd have 90 million views.
Yeah, we would.
Like if you just had Gabi rubbing her finger through a toothbrush.
Welcome to my ASMR.
Oh my God.
I'm going to pop the champagne. I can't do it without laughing.
I feel so soothed right now. So just keep doing that.
I can't be serious with ASMR.
Can you just eat a jar full of mayonnaise just so I can
Is
listen?
that a thing?
Probably.
Uh-oh. It's got a cork. Okay.
Oh shit.
I thought it was just going to be a cap.
Oh shit.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Here we go.
Using my sweater. Okay, here we go.
Wait, it's in.
Stop! Ew! Shit! Hold on, I almost got it. My headphones fell off. God damn it! Oh, I almost got it. Don't stop. Stop. There are children that listen to the show. Just kidding. If there's children that listen to the show, you're a bad fucking parent. Okay, you're gonna have to get it.
Oh, I got it.
Do you see?
This is my first time.
Oh, God.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You just have to. All right. Yep.
It's gonna fucking Peter North all over the place. I gotta say, it's gonna be like a Little Rascals fire hose.
I put it between my legs, and I was sitting down. I put it between my thighs, and thought that would give me some leverage.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
No fucking idea.
That's I saw that in a movie once. So I think that's how they do it.
The cork is gonna make an awesome. Yeah, use that.
Okay. So all right. I didn't know you had that.
No.
All right. So here we go.
Okay.
Oh shit! This is gonna be. I just know it's gonna explode.
No, it's not.
Okay. Hang on a second. Oh shit. Oh, I think. Oh, it's coming out. Oh shit.
Stop! Is it really?
Oh.
A lot? No, it's fine.
It went. Okay.
It's good. Hey!
Holy shit.
We should sign the cork.
Oh, yeah.
We should sign the cork. Okay, here we go. More ASMR.
All right, I'm going to pee in mine. Here, listen to this, everybody.
Stop. You're so gross. Okay. All right, cool. All right, we have some... All right. Cheers to you, my friend, after a year of growth and grounding and change and progress. Woo!
Bam. All right. Damn, I gotta drink more water. My pee's weird.
Stop. So. It does look like the color of alcoholic urine.
Yeah, it tastes really it's I taste like a fancy apple juice.
It is, because it's grape juice.
I'm going to get fucked up. I'm going to be belligerent on the way to work. I'm going to be like, you goddamn bitch! Like,
well, and it says, I'm just looking at the ingredients. So they call it like a Chardonnay grape juice. And on the back, it says that it is white Chardonnay grape juice. Like, I thought it was just like a label, like a gimmick. But no, it's actually from Chardonnay grapes. That's kind of cool.
yeah, from Spain.
From Spain. Damn, Trader Joe's, you fancy.
Because if it said, like, from Kentucky, like, no one would give a shit.
I think that might be the only, like, we might have the only podcast that's turned into ASMR suddenly when they were trying to do a celebratory gesture of a sparkling grape juice toast.
Yeah. So, cheers to us. But hey, what's on your mind today?
What's on my mind? We were talking before we recorded. I had a day yesterday that was just like... It was our theme of what the differences and changes a year makes. And I woke up and I had like the best fucking day. I got up, I cleaned my house, which felt amazing. I did yoga. I meditated. I baked cookies. I like felt on top of the fucking world. I did my makeup for the first time in a long time and I felt good. I went out with my family. I had an awesome, awesome day. And then when we were at the restaurant out with my family, with my brother, my dad, and my brother's girlfriend, I saw someone who I started this year with and did not talk to after like March. And it was this moment of recognition and realization that it had been 1 year to the day that I had met that person. And that it made me think like, wow, I am a completely new, different human than the person that you knew. The person that dated you. And it was just this moment of like, fuck. And I like... had this moment and I posted like, I had to write something about it and I posted it on Instagram and I was just basically like, do you ever have one of those days where everything just fucking lines up and is so serendipitous and perfect, like a perfect coincidence that you're just like, if there's a God, it's fucking listening. Like there's just shit happening. So I had a really amazing day in like just that moment. So that's on my mind. And I really want to think about like 2018 and how it was for us. And like, you see, 2017 was in the Chinese zodiac. Not only did they have 12 animals, but they also have 4 elements. And so 2017 was the year of the fire rooster. And so that was supposed to mean that there was going to be a lot of fire and change. And then this year was the year of the earth dog. And that was about like grounding. And I feel like I've been so grounded, both punitively and in a growth mindset kind of way of like who I am, what I'm meant to be. And I feel like I've grown a lot. So, I mean, do you feel the same about 2018? Do you feel that growth?
I do. So last year was the year of hot cock and this is the year of doggy style.
Yes, but it will soon be over. And then I think it's the earth pig.
Okay.
Or it's the metal pig. It might be the metal pig.
So hang on, I gotta piss again. Hang on,
okay.
I'm gonna fill this up. All right,
Yep.
Here, everybody listen, here's me pissing in a glass. Like okay.
You are a 3-year-old. Good job.
Yeah. A lot of me has not changed. But I would say that like the important stuff in me has changed because I remember last year I mentioned on an earlier podcast, episode 20, depression was last year was probably the worst year of my life in terms of how I felt. And a year ago, last week Sunday, I forgot to tell you, was when I was in the hospital having my appendix removed.
Yes.
So literally from that day on, completely changed my life. Mm-hmm. You know, I think like I really can't describe it. Like it wasn't that I was so close to death that I finally saw my life flash before my eyes or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I used to think, well, wait a minute, those drugs they gave me in the hospital were so fucking good. I couldn't help but feel better. In an odd way, I think what really sunk in for me was that for at least a month, I was treated physically the way I wanted to be treated mentally.
Yeah.
The way I had, you know, like with my ailment, you know, like sometimes like, you know, like talking about depression and just feeling like suicidal and stuff, you get a lot of people. It's really hard to feel that support when you tell a lot of people, because a lot of people either they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to deal with it, or like I don't know how to make this sound not shitty. It's just when I had my appendix out, I could barely like walk. I remember there was a few days where I didn't even leave my upstairs. I just went from my bedroom to the bathroom, and that was it. And then my parents were like, hey, look, if you are hungry, just let me know. I'll fucking get you whatever. You want some eggs, Brent? And I'm like, yeah, I want some eggs. And they made me some fucking eggs, and it was awesome. And then I was having a hard time, I don't know, doing like my little routines. I couldn't really sleep. I couldn't sleep on my side or even my stomach for like over a month. So I had to sleep on my back with all my pillows propped up, and they were just, yeah, let me take care of that for you. But when I was depressed, I would hear like, yeah, everyone goes through that. All right, just cheer up. Hey, look, you got to find, like, they were trying to find solution. It was as if in that same situation, I would say, yeah, I can't really go downstairs to like have breakfast. And they say, well, what you should do is just imagine breakfast being a great thing. And then just but look at all the progress you made today. You went from your bed to the bathroom. That's huge progress. And it's just like, please, just today, just give me some fucking eggs.
Yeah.
It's a weird, cathartic, I don't know, I had to kind of live vicariously through that. But then I realized, all right, I'm in complete control of myself right now. So what am I going to do to get my shit together? Because I just got out of such a miserable, dark time of my life. And this year was definitely the most transformative. And I started to make a lot of big steps. So I started out the year, I remember I went to my friend's house in the city, and we actually did have a nice New Year. We watched, I remember, Inherent Vice, and we watched that, New Year's Eve, and some people might like the movie, but I thought, what a perfect shitty movie to end out this shitty year with. And then after that, it was fine. Like I actually love New Year's. I felt New Year's. So, I started, really listening to myself. And on January 1st, I started keeping like a journal for just my daily thoughts and feelings. And to this day, I have an entry for every single day. So I have over 300 and I can't do the math, 300, maybe 50 pages so far.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You limit yourself to 1 page a day?
It depends on how I feel. There was one day, like when I cut the toxic person out of my life, I wrote 4 pages.
Yeah.
And there have been other days where I would just have random fleeting thoughts and feelings that I would have maybe like 2-3 pages.
Yeah.
So I have almost 400 pages of written shit.
You also in this year of transformation, your body has transformed too. Like you did keto for a period of time and you lost a bunch of weight. Like you're way more physically fit and active than like you were last year. Like props to you.
Yeah. I mean, I was so focused just on getting healthier and making better choices. I mean, I will say I definitely slipped the past few months, and I don't know if I haven't weighed myself in months, so I probably gained back half of the weight I lost.
I don't think you gained back half. You don't look like you've gained back half of it.
I had this, I had my pants, I had my skinny jeans, the size I couldn't fit into for years, and then I was rocking that shit out, and now that's kind of getting harder to fit into, but I'm just like, well, wait a minute,
Well, you probably gained a little bit back, but yeah.
All of this hard work just to make my ass look like a muffin. That's all I want.
No. No, but you look like your body has definitely changed. You can see a lot of change. I can see the transformation in you. I know the last couple of months have been a little more difficult for you, so I think that's probably what it is. But overall, you are you're always very reflective and self-aware, but especially you've been more a little more actualized. Your soul's been peering out more and more and more with as the year has progressed. Because I feel a lot of our growth part of it comes from this podcast. And I feel talking about stuff, we get to a space where we can work through things and talk about things and get to a space where it's kind of neutral and we can talk it over things that are plaguing us so it's really cool. I know you had a list of questions that you put together about 2018. I think we should maybe start there. I also wrote down some goals for myself for 2019. I had a lot of thoughts about that.
Yeah. All right. So,
okay. You want to start just at the top?
I would not from the top. What I'll do is I'll kind of skip around because some of these I think I could save towards the end. All right.
Okay.
So how about let's just fucking go right now. Let's just talk about any regrets.
Regrets. I think in terms of regrets, I realized that in 2018 I dated 8 different people. And like by dated I mean like there was like maybe like 4 people that I did go past like the first or second date. And then a couple more people, there's a little more than the first or second date, but it fizzled out. And then there was 2 people I was with like for more than like 2 months. And I think one of my biggest regrets was like being with or dating when I wasn't ready, but I didn't know I wasn't ready till very recently. And like, I've just kind of come into this like awareness that like I need to be by myself for a while. And I kind of regret putting people through like, I don't want to say putting through the experience of dating me, because like I'm an amazing catch and fantastic. But the problem is that, like, I just wasn't ready to be dating. And, like, I'm working through a lot of stuff right now that I will probably reveal at the end of this podcast at some point. I just kind of feel, like, a little remorseful for the fact that, like, it's not that I didn't treat people well that I dated, but I just, like, there was no way for me to be my best possible self when I was with them because I wasn't working through the shit I needed to work through. And I feel kind of regretful about that. I also feel bad that I spent a lot of time being anxious about things that I shouldn't have been anxious about, because ultimately if you are in a bad circumstance or like bad mindset or bad anything, or you're not where you want to be, chances are you need to be there for some reason because it's going to lead you to where you want to be. And I am regretful I spent so much time being anxious and upset about things that ultimately led me to where I want and need to be.
I also noticed that a lot of that, you know, even with like regret, you've used that as a stepping stone to come into this realization, to come into this, you know, perspective, which I think will ultimately like just, you know, has helped you in the long run. I could just tell like right now, like from a year ago, like you just so much more, I don't know if the word's positive. I mean, not to say that you're not, but like I wanted to find a better word than that.
No,
but,
I feel you.
Like I would say even maybe awakened.
Yeah. But not like, what's his face from WWE?
Like woken Matt Hardy?
Yeah, like, no, but not woken Matt Hardy, because fuck Matt Hardy.
Maybe woken Bray Wyatt, maybe.
I hate Bray Wyatt too. Although their battle that was earlier this year was hysterical. But no, I feel that too. And it's like, I'm finally like working through things that I need to work through. And I'm finally being like, welcoming of my feelings and trying to understand things. And I think it comes with like experience and age and like circumstance. Cause like when I was with Cody, who's awesome, and I still have a lot of love for him as a person, like I don't think I was able to work through any of that stuff. And in 2017, I was still, you know, working through he and I's breakup from probably like, we broke up in like June. You know, it takes a long time because weirdly enough, like you feel these things like randomly that you didn't think you were going to feel. Like example, like I didn't realize that I was going to be super lonely over the holidays, like after he and I broke up. But now that it's the holidays this time, I get that pang of like loneliness or that pang of like wanting someone, but I know it's just fucking cuffing season and that I'm not going to fall prey to it and then everything's okay. So, you know, I definitely feel that like sense of wanting to be and using my regret to propel me forward rather than backward or stagnant.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. So, any regrets from 2018 for you?
I don't want to do a cop-out. I have 2. But one of them I feel is important enough to actually share and pass on as advice to the world. 1, if you have any sort of medical debt, don't let it get into collections. So, I didn't have insurance when I went to the hospital. So now when you go to the hospital and you don't have insurance, they literally bill you for every single aspect of, the procedure. So, for instance, I had the hospital bill, the stay, the surgeon, the anesthesia, the ambulance ride, like all of these little tiny things. And what you can do is just pay off a little bit at a time forever, which is actually a lot better to do. Or you can even write them off as charity. You can call these people and say, hey, look, I am broke. I can't afford this. Is there any way you could help me out? And they say, yeah, I didn't do that. So now all of my shit is in collections. I am making payments, so I'm not dodging any bill collectors as we speak, but I'm going to be in debt a lot longer. So that's regret number 1. Regret number 2, but I also think it helped me out, is I got back into Magic for a little bit. So,
Magic the Gathering, to be clear, not magic as in casting spells.
Right, which is actually cooler than Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Right now, when I was a kid, geek culture, there were so many things it took to be a geek, but now geek culture is the culture.
Yeah.
Video games are awesome. Comic books are awesome. Dude, comic books are being recognized by, the Academy.
Legit. No, legit. How many people mourned, Stan Lee's death? I know that's one, micro example. Well, actually, very big example, but totally.
It's totally cool to be a nerd, and it's actually, everyone, it's rare to find someone who's not a nerd.
Everyone and their mother loves Marvel.
However, Magic the Gathering is still in this ether.
No, fuck those pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're fucking nerds. They're Dungeons and Dragons is cool now.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering, never gonna be cool.
I've never seen a movie or a TV show. Maybe there's one out there that I haven't seen yet, but I have yet to just see casually any just mention of Magic the Gathering. I've heard Pokemon cards. I've heard of, even Dungeons and Dragons. I've heard
There's a new
all that
Pokemon
shit.
movie, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu.
Yeah, okay. So for the first time in my life, I was the first generation of kids to be a fan of Pokemon, and they're finally making a live-action movie. I don't give a shit if Pikachu's talking. I'm going to see that fucking movie. I'm going to go in line. I'm going to sit next to 8-year-olds who are like, do as your son. And I'm just like, fuck you. I'm watching this movie and having fun. I got back into Magic really, really hard, but I am now done. And I regret it because I used it as kind of a coping mechanism to deal with all the stress I was going through at the time I got back into it.
Yeah.
So, long story about that. I'm not going to get into it, but that is my regret. So, another piece of advice. If you are stressed out, don't just fucking play Magic and be obsessed with Magic and, spend every waking moment of your free time and not even catching up with your journal writing and shit you really want to do to fuck with cards. They're just cards.
Yeah, I think to piggyback off that, my piece of advice that I finally took and used this year was I decided to look at the coping skills that I had cultivated in my life and get rid of the self-destructive ones. And the big thing that I alluded to was I'm in recovery for an eating disorder, and this was my one of my proudest moments of 2018 was that I finally, after battling this for about 7 or 8 years, I finally sought recovery, and I finally sought, healing. And that's one of the biggest things that impeded me from ever being able to be with somebody and give them my best self, because I don't want to say I was sick, but yeah, I could never give my best self because I was incapable of doing that, because I had an eating disorder, and that weighed, pun intended, on me every single day for 7 years. And so one of my proudest achievements from 2018 was finally being come to Jesus moment. You need to look at the coping skills and what you've done to yourself, and you need to make a fucking change, because you can't just live in shame and hate and self-hatred and self-loathing and get so low all the time because of this. So that's one of my proudest moments. So I think that if any listeners could take a piece of advice, it's look at your behaviors and look at your coping skills and look at your emotions. Treat your emotions, validate them, lift them up, tend to yourself, and look at the coping skills you've cultivated and really comb through which are self-destructive and help you, which are proactive, and which do you really work for you. And so it's really hard to like get to that space, but like you get to a point where you're just like, no, I need to be well. I need to make myself feel good. La la la. So that's my piece of advice. I hope everyone can do that for themselves before 2018 is up or in 2019.
I'm very proud of you, Fran.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's really big too.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Yeah, I'm not joking when it weighed on me for literally like 7 years. And like the shit is that like, you know, the mentality that fostered that, like all the things that the perfect storm of things that allowed the eating disorder to like manifest, like that shit started when I was 8 and it just like piled on. So it really feels like in this, like, you know, my recovery has only been as of today, it's been 1 month since I sought like treatment, and like actively like recovering. And so it feels really hard. And it's like undoing. It literally is undoing. 25 minus 8 is 17. 17 years worth of damage. So, but that's okay because I need to do this to be well and to continue the rest of my life not hating myself for my body and wanting to be on this planet.
And you're going to fucking do good, man.
I know I am. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's in that future, man. Just fucking keep like hitting it as hard as you can. Yeah,
definitely. But that was a big thing, and this is like the most public I've ever been with it. The only people who've known about it have been you, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my like 5 best friends. And yeah, that's it.
Shit. So now it's
and one coworker because she noticed something and then I like was able to talk to her about it. But yeah.
So I mean, it's a much bigger audience.
Yeah.
So
well, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay if Joe knows that I have an eating disorder that I'm in recovery for. It's fine.
Oh, Joe loves you.
I know. I love you too, Joe. We haven't met. Let's hang out sometime soon.
No, last time me and Joe had a heart-to-heart, and he was like, could you FaceTime Gabi right now? Because we had nothing to do at work, and like I almost FaceTimed you.
Oh, I don't have FaceTime. I have a Samsung, but I'd be happy to Skype Joe anytime.
Oh, God. No, he's a real good guy.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So you answered. I'm trying to think. Did I write down proudest moment? Or was that a thing? Or
I don't know if you did. Let me see.
All right. I don't think so.
You had most memorable moment. Looking forward to in 2019. Yeah. I don't think you did. But do you have a proudest moment?
There's no moment. It's just this podcast.
Aww.
Like this whole thing, because I've been waiting so long for like my creative spark to just be rekindled. And just sitting here across from you, being able to just, you know, spit the truth on a near weekly basis has just really been, it's been life-changing.
No, I agree. And, like, the fact that, like, we have, like, a body of work and, like, which is, like, it sounds, like, so intentional. And I know our work is intentional, but when I'm sitting in front of you, it doesn't feel intentional. Like, you know what I mean? It just feels like two friends spitting the truth. Like, it doesn't feel like this massive art project that has so much intention behind it. But in, like, when I step back, like, it is. Like, it's this huge, like, art project. And, like, we have, like, this exchange of energy between us that then we share and that people feel and react to. And, like, it causes them to think and be a certain way. And that's really, like, cool.
Dude, we've been consistent with it, too. Like, even when we've had a break, we've always had shit on cue, like, just ready to go.
Yeah, no, legit. And, like, it's going to keep just being that. It's just going to keep going, which is awesome. Yeah, no, I think this is, in terms of, like, memorable moments, like, this podcast actually being a thing, making our dreams come true. I actually, like, went through my calendar today on my phone to, like, kind of see, I made a list of, like, best moments of 2018, or, like, things I'm, like, really happy for or proud of. And, one of the things was like meeting with Kelly to get like our logo done. That happened in like February or March.
Jesus.
And I know. And it was just like cool to like see and be like, fuck, dude, like that's awesome.
Dude, I mean, 10 fucking months ago? Holy shit.
Well, and we recorded our first episode like over a year ago. It's just on my little fucking 8-track that's right there.
Oh, Jesus Christ on a cracker.
I know. It's crazy. No, I agree. I think the podcast is like one of the best things I've done. I think also in terms of art, like I have like I'm pretty sure I've got like down pat like 9 songs, and I'm just getting into this, like the stage to like demo it. Like in 2017 I made a Facebook post about like my most memorable, like my best things that happened, and the last thing I said was like writing or recording more music than I ever had. And at that time that was true, and it was only about 3 things. No, not even, like maybe 2 or 3 things. And now, like, for my record, I have like 8 or 9 songs. But when I was like with like my best buddy Kyle and we were at his practice space, like there's like 4, 5 more other songs that like I'm not even going to put on my record that are like out there. Like I have literally put together like this could be a hodgepodge of an album if I recorded all of them. And that just felt fucking rad.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, yeah, it felt fucking awesome. Biggest challenges and obstacles in 2018.
Damn. Telling the truth. For me, at least. Because I would always... yeah, I used to lie a lot to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
So if there was something like really going on that I wasn't feeling 100% like secure on or sure of, I would just say like, yeah, everything's fine, to just kind of avoid that conflict. And then I've just like been slowly over time just really been being honest with myself, and then like, you know, having those conversations with people. And that like just like the mental it's kind of, I don't know, the mental anguish that produced me,
yeah,
you know, of just like confronting. It's really like it's literally facing your fear.
Yeah.
So there's this Batman comic going on now. I didn't read the comic. I just was sent a quote, and the quote is, "Fear is like a tunnel. As long as you expect to see a light at the end of it, you will always be afraid of the dark." So it's also the same comic book that showed Batman's dick for a little bit. So, yeah, it's like $80 right now, so go check it out.
Oh, $80 to see Batman's dick?
See his shadowy dick.
Shadowy dick?
Yeah. Well, he's like he just got home, he took off his bat suit, and then you see his dick.
Is it a nice dick?
It's just it's a regular dick, but it's not like,
you know, like Dr. Manhattan from like Watchmen, like his dick isn't it? It's just like a dick. It's blue.
It's a blue dick.
Yeah, it's a blue
Batman,
dick.
He just got a black dick.
Wait, you mean like it's shadowy, or you mean Batman's African American?
No, just shadowy.
Oh, okay.
I think if he was African American in the comic, that would piss a lot more people off than
just that part of him.
Yeah, or he just had a black dick.
That would piss me off if that's the only part of him that was black.
Anyway, aside from talking about black dicks,
hey man, our podcast would not be what it is without
talk about
something inappropriate happening.
Yeah, sorry, Gabby.
Something not school appropriate.
But I've also dealing with stress too is just, you know, like telling the truth has been like the number one thing, and dealing with stress, because when I got back into magic, I used that as an excuse to let the worst parts of myself resurface. So, you know, I have a very addictive personality, as I mentioned before. I used like that little obsession to kind of cope with it and to really distract myself. And it actually worked perfectly because I was distracted. And then when shit started to come down, I was like, wait a minute, why the fuck? Wait, what? Dude, this is the last thing I wanted to do. And I got back into magic with my friend, but I mean, I had some great times playing with him, and it had nothing to do with him. And we had a lot of fun. I just know, at least for him, he can be like, all right, I could just buy this one thing and be fine. Yeah. Me, I'm like, I have to fucking have everything. Yeah. And, you know, I was able to like catch myself, and I think maybe like that was part of, I don't know if it's too strong a word to say destiny, but there's just to really like have that trial again and really like understand why I'm into this, because before I just let it happen to me.
No, it's like fate almost. Like you told me earlier, like it's kind of like all the obstacles like lead you to your soul being actualized. It's like your soul finally like coming out. And like I also used like my disordered eating behavior and habits, and those they became like quote unquote coping skills to deal with what was going on around me, or not even what was going on around me, the things that were happening inside of me. One quote that I heard literally 2 days ago that summarizes probably my biggest obstacle and challenge this year is if you think that happiness is somewhere else, you will never be there. Like, it'll never be here inside of you. If you think happiness is X amount of pounds lost, if you think happiness is having a significant other, if you think that happiness is buying a place to live in X city, if you think happiness is this job, you're fucking wrong. Happiness has to be inside of you. And it's how my eating disorder controlled me a lot of the time. It would be like, you'll be happy when this happens. You'll be happy when you weigh this much. You'll be happy when you have a six pack. You'll be happy when your booty looks like this. And the fact is that that's not true. You have to take responsibility for your happiness right here and now and not let it be a conditional thing. And I know that's like, I'm not perfect. Like, no one's perfect. Like, that's a really hard thing to do. But like, that was like my biggest challenge, because I thought that like, I would be happy when X happened. I had written down for like obstacles like eating disorder, low self-worth because of that, challenges, dating is hard. And now I understand that like because of my, the things that were going on mentally with me, I was never going to be able to date somebody and have it work out. Dealing with managing self-care, a full-time job, social life, and creative endeavors. I feel like that balancing effort where you have to take care of your physical form as well as your soul and your social life and how you make money, that's really hard. And I don't know if anyone has it down pat, but that was a challenge this year because 2017, I started my first full-time job ever as a teacher. And it felt cool because like May of this year, I had like a year under my belt, but I wasn't managing myself well or my self-care or my time well. And I think I'm getting better at it. But that's been a challenge, is just like taking care of me.
Oh, yeah. And you made so much progress too. Thank
you. Thank you so much. Like, it's really hard. And that's another thing too, is like, probably a bit of advice and like, go for progress, never perfection. I don't know if perfection is ever possible, and I realized that I would hold myself to a lot of things. Like, I would feel worthless unless I had like a perfect day of eating, a perfect day of this, a perfect day of that. And it's like, fuck that bullshit. Like, were you happy today? Were you anxious today? Like, what's going on? Did you walk towards your goals or did you take a step back? Like, that's all. Just work on, the forward momentum, whatever that means, but don't hold yourself to like micromanaging perfection. Like, don't do that.
Dude, so it's because I don't know. It's kind of like when we got out of high school and college. It's like, all right, now what? Like, I wanted that degree, got my degree. Now what the fuck am I going to do? Oh shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, I remember when I got my bachelor's degrees, I was like, okay, this is like, I had this idea of wanting to be like an AP psychology teacher. But the thing was that like, that was like a goal that I couldn't reach without like getting a master's or going to teaching. And then like, school is great because you have like a set goal. You know how long it's going to take if you pass everything. And then once you're out of it, like, there's no like time where you like know when you're going to get your perfect job. You don't know when you're going to get a job. You don't know when, like, it's just so much. All right. Now I'm going to fill up my glass. This is not pee. You want more?
Yeah.
We got a little bit.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Stop. Okay. Cool.
I think like one of my biggest surprises is that you've been able to put up with a lot of the shit I've said.
I know that you're not. I know that you don't mean it most of the time. I know that most of the time you just say it for comedic effect. So that's usually what keeps me from punching you, standing up and just decking you across the table. Just kidding. No, like you say shit that you know is offensive, but is like fucking funny in the moment. And it's only funny because I know you don't mean it. If you actually said something racist, like you actually thought that, like, I don't know, pick anything that you've said on this fucking podcast. If you actually thought that, then most of the time you just say it to be a shit stirrer.
I feel pretty convicted about my Nazi great grandfather with anxiety.
I'm telling you, that is going to be like the best joke ever when you do a like stand-up set list. Like just getting on stage and be like, my grandfather was a Nazi, but anxiety runs in my family. So he was like an anxious Nazi. Like that will be the funniest fucking... Oh, it'll just be perfect. You had written down, what do you think is 2018 in a nutshell? If you had to... I put down a word. I've already said that word. Would you call it transformation, or do you think there's another way to summarize your 2018?
Death.
Of?
Just death.
Like, what died?
Me.
Good. I say that in the form of transformation.
Yeah. So, that summed up, like, there's a lot of shit that just died, in 2018. Like, at least, like, there's a saying that, like, with forest preserves, like, you live by a forest preserve, you ever just see, like, big ass things of smoke?
Yeah, where they burn, they do, ritual burning, cyclical burning, where they burn the dead.
Yeah. Like you played that off, like as you went to go sip your beverage.
I did, yeah, just ritual cyclical burning cycles.
No, but they burn the forest. It's weird because they purposefully burn. It's weird because it's a forest preserve where you can't fuck with any of the foliage when you're walking past it, but they burn it because
control burning.
Control burning,
like cyclical burning, ritual burning.
It is pretty much, but they have to do that because if they don't, what happens is once if it gets to the point where like the lightning strikes, then the entire forest preserve burns down to the point where like the fucking dirt can't even produce any plants. Yeah,
for sure. No, and like I think that we as people have to do that at times where we, like I'm metaphorically killing my eating disorder. I'm metaphorically killing the part of my brain that tells me I'm worthless and like that I don't deserve the things I want, or that I'm never going to get it because I'm lazy or I'm a piece of shit or like whatever. So I totally understand. I fucking hate having a roommate.
That him?
That's him and his girlfriend.
Making a fucking ruckus.
I don't know if they're having sex in the shower, but they're clearly making a lot of noise and it's fucking annoying.
I just hear like, yeah, dude, bro, yeah, dude. Like,
I just hear like screaming.
They're just dude broing it up. Like, I hope to get fucked like that one day.
As he just, Brent, you can't see it, obviously, dear listener, because you're listening. But Brent goes, I hope I get fucked like that one day. Like sips his glass of kitty champagne. That was funny. Agreed. Oh my God. Oh, I've been single now without a person for 2 months. Like no dating. I'm not on the apps. Other than on Thanksgiving, I gave my phone. I still have my Tinder profile for some reason. Here's the thing. I have this anxiety about deleting the app for no fucking reason. But anyway, like I let one of my little nieces, like, she's technically not my niece, but she's not my cousin. Like she's technically my cousin, but she's not. It's the thing. So she's like in middle school. She's like, are you on any dating apps? And I'm like, yeah, I'm on Tinder. And she's like, can I swipe on guys? I'm like, fuck yeah, you can. And like the guys that she would pick were like horrible. So, but with the exception of that, like I have not dated, reached out to anybody. Like that was her doing that in like 2 months. And I just like in 2019, like I know that I shouldn't be like, I want a relationship. But what I would like is that I would like to be in a space where I am like comfortable enough in myself and I've recovered enough that I could date again, because it's fun to hang out with people and kiss faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever see the original Old Boy, the Korean movie?
No, but I know what it is.
All right, so like at the very beginning of the movie, he's locked up in prison. He has no idea why. He's just like in solitary confinement for 15 years, and he's fed underneath the door. And then one day he wakes up on a rooftop, and he comes out of a briefcase, which is weird, like luggage. And
a person comes out of a briefcase?
No, so like what they did is they drugged him, they drugged his food, and then they just stuffed him in this luggage box, and then they just put him on the rooftop, and then he opens it up, and then he sees a guy on there, like on the top of the roof, and that guy's about to jump and kill himself.
Oh my God.
So the guy's like, oh, like he's crying, and he's like, I'm so sad, I'm so lonely. But because this guy hasn't had physical human contact for 15 years, he just starts shaking, and then he just touches the guy's face. It's like, oh, like, are you real? But like, that's what I want out of 2019. I just want to
you just want to hold somebody's face.
Just if I touch a face in 2019, I could just die. I could just blow my mouth off.
Stop. You're not going to blow your mouth off.
No.
What are you looking forward to leaving in 2018? I wrote down eating disorder, self-doubt, dumb boys that don't deserve my energy, time, or breath.
Same, just the last part for me.
Just you're looking forward to leaving behind dumb boys that don't deserve your energy, time, or breath.
Yeah, fuck boys. This is so stupid and shit.
No, the point is that you don't want to fuck boys. Fuck boys are bad.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
fuck boys.
They're just wearing the puka beads, and they're just like, fuck you.
Horrible segue. I wrote down not a horrible segue for this. Person of the year. I wrote down Jason Momoa for always being happy, charismatic, and damn sexy. I want to be as happy and charismatic and grateful as Jason Momoa is at all times. He is just like the coolest, most grateful, happy figure ever. And he is fucking sexy. But he was my inspiration. My person of the year, though, is Brent for prioritizing his health, well-being, and persevering in the face of strife.
Oh my God. Fuck Jason Momoa.
He's my inspiration, but you're person of the year.
You're my person of the year, too. Aww. Yeah, you're my friend. So. Well, it's because I've really gotten to know you.
Yeah.
And I really feel honored to know a lot more things about you, like that a lot of other people don't know. So like when you like confide something in me that you're like, I haven't told anybody this, I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. Not what's happening, but the fact that like you feel comfortable enough to tell me and that I'm on the other side listening.
No, yeah, like, you are like usually the first person to know like anything that's mega deep, which I hope that doesn't offend any of my best girlfriends, but like sometimes I feel like I need to figure out the best way to talk to them about it, because it's like we have like 5 people in our like friend group, and we need to like make sure that like everyone hears at the same time, like almost 5 or 6 people actually. We need to make sure everyone has to hear at the same time, and I need to figure out a way to like couch what I'm about to say. And I also like don't want to be the friend who always like reaches out with Messenger with bad like fucking news. Like, by the way, guys, I have an eating disorder that I'm recovering through, and I don't know how to tell you this because it's like you've known me for 10 years and 7 of those years have been me battling an eating disorder, but here we go. But yeah, no, you're usually like the first person to like know like the deepest, darkest, bad shit that's happened or happening.
Shit, yeah, I never feel like judged or even
same. That's
I feel I know I've made you feel uncomfortable with some of the shit I've said on the podcast, but in terms of just like telling you like personal shit going on in my life, that's really like heavy. You're just like, oh fuck, dude, and then like even like when I was here last month. I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but you gave me a tarot reading.
Yeah, that's totally fine, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, dude, I mean, that was something I was just very curious about, and I just wanted to see, like, what it meant to you, and, like, you gave me that reading, and I looked at the notes that you gave me, and I was like, holy shit, and I really applied that to my life, and I think I've made it better.
Yeah.
Like, in a way.
Totally. Yeah, no, I put, like, a list together of, like, great things that happened in 2018, and one of them was, like, doing more, like, tarot readings, and, like, I really like using it as like a form of self-reflection, because the cards will come up and they, mean something like, oh, like there's going to be like, you're going through this right now. And like, this is how you're feeling. And this is what you should know as a result. And it's a really good, like, oh, wow. Like, am I oh yeah, what is stressing me out lately that I could alleviate? Oh yeah, what could I be doing? Like, it's not really like, it is kind of fortune telling boo boo, which is kind of fun, but it's mostly just like an act of self-reflection. And one of my goals for 2019 is to get better at reading tarot. One of my goals for 2019 is to get more proficient at reading tarot and more proficient at palmistry, because I also read palms, which I don't know if any of our listeners know. But so if you ever meet me in person, I'll read your palm. I don't have my tarot deck on me always, but I can always read your palm. And then we get to hold hands and it's kind of cute. But I want to get better at reading tarot. One cool thing from 2018 was that, like, how like witchcraft has kind of been like the in thing for weird subculture goth girls. Well, I actually like looked into like contemporary like witchcraft, like not like cutting my hand open and burying like a fetus with some dirt and like herbs to like make something happen, but like more so the fact that like words are intentions and like spells are just words repeated and intentions repeated over and over again. And I'm like, I could get down with that. I'm not going to become a witch, but I'm still like, yeah, dude, I feel that totally. And I won't have an altar. I won't have crystals, but some things, with everything in life, you just take what makes sense and you leave what doesn't.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry. I just confessed that I wanted to be a witch when I was little. But like just knowing that that idea of like the words that you speak and the intentions that you have the power to create your reality and be what you want to be, like that's within you at all times. So I thought that was kind of cool. Do you have any things that you have like in mind as goals for 2019?
I think just to be more responsible overall and to with my warehouse job, I've really stepped up my game like this past year, and I've come into more of a leadership role. And I'm known around the warehouse as Big Mama, and that's actually printed on my vest. And some people, I'm surprised no one's kicked my ass yet, but it's been about a month and a half. But I think the name, it's silly, but I really love the job. And it's strange because I'm at a point in my life where I actually have two jobs that I just love going to. And just to like kind of be like more like of a leader and like just be more assertive with shit. And, because it's strange. A lot of people look up to me there, and they like come to me for just like shit that's going on in the warehouse that's on their mind. And
but you're so easy to talk to and look up to. Like, it makes sense.
That's still that still boggles my mind that
really?
That I have that connection with people. And
you're so easy to talk to.
Yeah, but it's like I just don't. I haven't really developed that confidence yet to accept that because I'm very alone with my thoughts so much. And I'm listening to the voices in my own head before I'm listening to anybody else's. But I'm like seeing like, well, wait a minute, this person's really talking to me. And I feel really like trusted and shit. But in my head, I'm like my great great grandfather. I'm just stupid. But I think another goal for 2019 is make better choices, not necessarily like get to a goal with losing weight, because I still have a lot of weight to lose just for health reasons, because I want to be able to just do the shit I want to do. Like I want to be able to run without dying. Like I want to be able to run 5 steps and not keel over like fucking Bill. Yeah, just like
Bill, like Kill Bill. I just got that.
Yeah, or just like next, like if we ever went for a run and I'm like,
why is your name Richard and why do I sound like that?
Cause that's how shocked you are. I'm just keeling over dying.
Richard!
Just fucking dying at your feet.
No, please don't. We would never go on a run because I hate running. Actually, funny enough, one of my best friends messaged me yesterday that she wants to train for the half marathon in Chicago, and she wanted to know if I could be like her accountability buddy and like train with her. And I was like, I love you, but I fucking hate running. So that's one of my goals, is to be more proactive about my health. And I got the idea from some YouTuber to write down 6 different categories of goals for 2019. The categories are intellectual, spiritual, physical, creative, career, financial, and social. And so in terms of intellectual, I put down learning more about tarot and palmistry, reading and understanding pedals and how they work and how guitars and amps work, and microphones, and basically learning how to the tech of musicianship, reading The Dynamics of English Instruction by George Hillix. Do you have anything you want to learn any intellectual goals you have for 2019?
To keep reading more. I want to learn more about just overall health and well-being. I didn't realize how much I learned this year just from how the body works and shit, and how even though I learned so much, that still didn't even scratch the surface. Mm-hmm. So I would like to learn more about other religions. I would like to learn more about I would say I want to get back into trauma, but learning more about trauma, because I have done so in the past. I don't think I told you this, but last summer I wrote myself this big ass list of goals. You wrote a list too, and you bet all of your goals.
Did I?
Yeah, I remember you posted it on Instagram, and you actually had a tally of shit next to the goals that you had.
Oh, my intentions post? Yeah. I did that specifically for summertime.
Yeah.
I tried to do it for the fall, and then shit got out of whack. So, but yeah.
Well, you did it for the summertime, and then I looked at my list. I only did a few things on those lists, and I thought at the beginning of the summer, I'm going to do all this shit, and it's going to be badass. But what I did is I actually counted it out, do this X amount of times. And then I was like, okay, I didn't do any of that shit. And then the only thing that I really did do that I followed through with, and I fucking loved it, was I watched every single Marvel movie from
you did,
from Iron Man to Avengers, and that was great. I don't regret doing that. But there was a lot of shit okay, get down to 240 pounds, and I was 280 at the time, and I'm I can lose 40 pounds this summer. Fuck yeah, dude. I was very motivated, but then I get very easily discouraged. So
same. Well, and I, I'm coming from a recovering eating disorder mindset. I now I have that number in my brain, but I'm trying to detach myself from it and just focus on my health, because when I focus on my health, then I'll be more motivated by it, by taking care of me, which is actually in terms of physical goals, I wrote down for 2019, I want to work out about 4 to 5 times a week. And when I mean work out, I basically just want to move my body joyously, whatever is going to make me happy, move my body for 30 minutes. It could be literally dancing around half naked in my kitchen, which sometimes I do, to songs that I'm loving in the moment, or it could be lifting weights, or it could be going for a walk. I just want to be active, finding joyous movement within my body and making time and space for that. And I think that's a really proactive, coping mechanism, especially coping skill, especially given my eating disorder, because that was my big goal, is that I want to be recovered. But I don't, so they say that for eating disorders, you don't know if you're recovered until you've been relapse free for 10 years. So that's a lot of time. That would mean that I can't call myself recovered until I'm 35, which is fine. But I just want to keep making progress to that. And I just want to be attuned to my body and its needs, and listen to it and relish it and be happy in it.
Dude, that's just keep dancing, dude. That's
half naked in my kitchen.
Yeah, that's so empowering, man.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah, dude. Just keep doing that shit. Yeah, dude. But
any physical goals for you?
I want to say try to be more physically active. My weight has been one of the most biggest struggles with throughout my whole life, because I just have no fucking control when I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
But I know it's I've learned how to eat healthier, and I actually like eating healthy. Not because I'm looking. Yeah. Like, you know, like, dude, like when you actually really, really eat healthy, dude, it's so fucking good. It's not just eating you eat one bag of lettuce and that's it.
No, there's so much variety and it feels good.
Yeah.
Like it feels really good to eat well. Like, and like part of my eating disorder is like, what I'm kind of doing to repair my relationship with food in my body is like, I'm stopping labeling food as like good or bad. Like earlier today, like I made cookies yesterday and I offered you one and you heard me like verbally stumble and basically be like, I said some justification. I'm like, there's no guilt for them because they're vegan cookies. And then I stopped myself and was like, but no, there's no guilt in cookies or anything like that because there's no, like, I didn't kill somebody for this cookie. Like, there's no good food and bad food. Like, why is there a moral alignment with polarization with certain foods? So I totally feel you though, because when I do eat though, like fruits, vegetables, when I don't eat like processed or fried foods, a lot of the times, like I just feel better. I feel awesome.
Dude, same here, man. Like it's really strange going to the it's really strange going to the bathroom and not have it be an emergency.
Ew.
Not only that, or like a medical disaster.
Ew.
Like, you know, like it's like not the open, like it's not the first 5 minutes of like a post-apocalyptic horror movie. You know, just fucking like explosions and like people in the hospital or like the power's like out of the hospital.
It's like shaking. The lights are like shaking.
Yeah, and then, like someone's convulsed, like having a seizure on the bed, and like they're trying to punch his heart to keep him alive, and then he just dies, and then he comes back to life and he bites the nurse in the fucking throat. Like those were my shits last year, and every
new goal,
day,
have better shits.
Like I even fart, dude. My ass would just scream, like just fucking go. Ah! Like that's how it was, because I would just eat fucking pizza and chips and dip, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you're only eating pizza, chips and dip and candy, I think that's your body say like, hey,
maybe eat a carrot.
Yeah, here we're gonna give you all this gray hair now in your fucking goatee. So
you don't have gray hair, do you?
I got a little bit gray hairs here and there. Yeah.
Getting
old.
No, you're not. You're not getting old.
I'm 31.
All right, you're fucking old. I'm just kidding. Do you have any spiritual goals?
Any spiritual goals? Okay. More solitude. Like another goal that, I mean, kind of piggybacking on the previous question, I want to go on fucking a vacation by myself somewhere.
Fuck yeah, that sounds... This is how you know we're introverts. I'm like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome.
See, like, honestly, like, I would have completely avoided the entire magic fiasco had I just literally taken a 3-day trip by myself to Madison. Because I fucking love Madison. Just to, like,
love Madison.
Just a place to where I can just go and organize my thoughts. I was even thinking about going to New Mexico because I fucking love, like, the mountain range and shit. I know there's nothing to do down there except throw the pizza on Walter White's house. But, I don't know, just to be in, like, a different area... And just really, like, not even, like, look at my phone and just be completely kind of, like, lost, you know, and not even... Yeah, and just be, like, totally cool with it and, like, really gather my thoughts because I've been very distracted this year by just all the noise I've created for myself, especially in my own head. So if I allowed myself to just have that mental break and just, like, take it like Goldberg walking through the fireworks, that would really help center myself and get my shit together.
So maybe, like, one of your spiritual goals is, like, taking a vacation alone, but, like, figuring out a way to, like, bring more of that time and space intentionally into you. Yeah. So you can cultivate that, like, sense of being Goldberg through the flames.
I don't think I've told you this, and if I have, I have craft. Can't remember a fucking thing. CREFT. But, I think with this year, one of the biggest things, like in my entire life, is it's the first time ever that I've actually really had to come to the realization that I actually have meaning in my life. And I don't know if that means it's God or higher, like I'm still, I know, like when I say like, oh, fucking Jesus, like, no, I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about something that's going on in life that's bigger than myself that I'm trying to aim for.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because for the first time in my whole life, I do feel like I have meaning in my life, and I really genuinely deep down like love myself, and that's such a weird, foreign thing. Like it's
Agreed.
Like I love myself the way I want to be loved, to where I say I fucking hate that I love myself.
That's exactly how I feel. Like, like this sense of like, I think that life is inherently meaningless, but you come to the meaning. Like, you have to find the meaning. Like, it doesn't mean anything until you make it mean something, is basically what I mean. So, could I say mean anymore? But like, I think everyone has a purpose, but it's up to you to like find it. Like, life in and of itself means nothing, but what you are here and meant to do, that is like where like the work comes in. And I also, like, you'll hear me say all the time, I couch what I say by calling it hippy dippy. And the fact is that it is fucking hippy dippy. And I hate the fact that I'm so fucking hippy dippy now, because it means that I've like fed into this like bullshit happiness game. But at the same time, like, that's okay. Like, that's good. Like, you can be punk rock Gabi and still believe that you have meaning in life. Kind of along that line, the way I'm going to kind of try to do that with my meaning in life is I'm going to try to practice yoga 4 to 7 times a week, because it's more of a mental practice, and it's more a mental practice than like a physical practice at this point for me. I want to meditate for 10 minutes after I work out, or 10 minutes after I come home from work, like every day, just to like recenter myself. I want to make gratitude and appreciation lists twice a week. And I want to further be an intentional, like, creator and positive thinker.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, the first time I ever did yoga was with you.
Yeah. Dude, that was on my list of, like, amazing 2018 things. It was like, I taught yoga for the first time.
Dude, fuck
I did that class at school. I taught you had just some basics of yoga. Dude, fucking love yoga.
No, you were a great teacher too, and
Thank you.
I tried to get into DDP yoga, which I'm going to try to get back into next year. And like, I mean, I love DDP, but like, you were a lot more thorough with explaining. It's just like, all right, here's what you do: get on your ground and stick your ass in the air. 3, 2, 1. All right, turn over. All right, pop your balls out. 3, 2, 1. All right, get up, faggot. Do the diamond cutter. 3, 2, 1. All right, chest up, shoulders back, at ease. And I'm like, what? Like, I just did all this. Like, I didn't even get my balls out.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what that is.
But it makes your back feel good. But like, you showed me, like, you're like, okay, like, put your arm here, just like this, like, you're really good at using examples.
Like, look at the alignment. Make sure your wrist is underneath your shoulder. Make sure your knees are underneath your hip. Yeah, that's all. I mean, honestly, I've just mostly parrot a lot of what Adrienne Mishler does from Yoga with Adrienne. She's awesome. So I just pretty much parrot her. But honestly, it would be cool. I don't know if I'll make it a goal for 2019, but maybe I'll look into in 2019 getting certified to be a yoga teacher. And maybe like when I'm not teaching English during the school year, I'll teach yoga over the summer.
Dude, I'll be in the classes. I'll be all the way in the back though, because like, I don't want to be like all smiling and giddy and shit the whole time watching you
be a teacher.
That's my friend right there.
That would be cool, like career stuff. Do you have any career or financial goals for 2019?
Get out of debt. I mean, that's my I'm in so much fucking debt from stupidity and medical. Like, I'm nowhere near being able to like like, I'm okay. If I had no debt, I could easily live on my own right now, which is like, fuck, I could actually be out. I can be back in school. Like, I actually have the means to do so, but I can't because I fucked up. So I gotta like repair that part of my past in order to move forward. So
that's okay. You're gonna do it.
Career goals? I don't know. I mean, I heard that. No, not that I hear it, but I was maybe looking back into like I mean, I would like to get a master's degree in what I don't know, but I love teaching and I love, talking like to the kids and like, all that shit. So just doing something in education. I don't know what that's going to look like. I think once I start, like after tax season, I'm going to probably use that money and like just like throw a gigantic chunk at like the biggest piece of debt that I have and try to take it from there. But
that's a good idea. I forgot that I'm going to get money back from taxes. That made me excited.
Yeah. Like, so career-wise, I don't know what that's going to look like, but try to maybe move up the ladder at my warehouse job. I'm already at the maximum level I can be at the college, but I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. Maybe, like, learn some more cool shit on the side there, but I don't know. If I could get a promotion at the warehouse job, I could do that full-time. I can get benefits, and, like, I could get 3 days off a week, which I would love, because then I could have, like, 3 days off to just do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a career. I have 2 jobs, but I'm very thankful. I actually love both places I work at. So I don't know. Just keep saving money. Stop spending money on stupid shit, or not as much. Really sit down and learn how to budget my shit.
Budgeting, yeah, finances is hard. After I bought my new car, or had to buy a new car this past June or July, which was a plus because I love my fucking car. It's so zippy and sporty and has great gas mileage, way better than my last car. Love it. Saving me lots of money. But after I had to spend, drop that chunk of change on a car, then I was had to look at my finances, because one of my goals for 2019 is to secure a condo in Chicago and to live there, because in kind of going back to that quote about happiness, if you think happiness is somewhere else, it'll never be where you are. It will never be with you. I originally was oh, if I live in the city, I can do X, Y, Z. And that is true. But I'm also looking at, it's not I know that I'm not going to automatically be happy once I live in Chicago. It's not going to be that. In fact, moving to Chicago, I feel in a lot of ways is pushing me out of my comfort zone, because I've lived in the suburbs for 21 of my 25 years of life. And I only spent 3 years in the city. So 22 years. And I didn't use it like I should have. I didn't use it as an experience to really grow and explore. And I just feel there's going to be more of what I can do, and the possibilities are more open than being out here. And but I'm not going to be automatically happy when I move there. But I'm really looking forward to that. It's kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone. I am going to be writing 2 book chapters in books about education that are going to be coming out in 2019, which is really cool and crazy, because I'm I'm going to be a published author at 26 and only 2.25 years under my belt of teaching before it gets published, which is pretty cool. And I also put a amount of money I want to make by the end of next year, and we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, and I don't like to focus on that stuff. It's actually money and career and stuff, it pretty much just allows you to make money to do what you really want, which is creative shit. Mm-hmm. Right?
But that's the shit. You either buy shit to create, or you buy shit to distract. So true.
And in terms of creativeness, do you have any creative goals for 2019?
Keep podcasting, and I'm gonna.
Same.
I have a friend. I'm gonna try to collaborate with him and write a storybook, an autobiography. It's not gonna be a children.
It's gonna be a picture book, but it's not meant for children.
It's definitely not meant for children. Please, if you're a child listening to this and you hear about my book, do not read it with your eyes.
What about if they read it with their feet?
If not even Braille, nothing. If you're blind, you're gonna fucking stab your eyes out.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna try to do that. And I was thinking about transferring my journal stuff to computer so I could actually write. And what I wanted to try to do is print. You could actually make books. You don't have to get a publisher and shit. You could actually just make a book. You can actually just send it somewhere, then they put it together in a book for you.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I was actually thinking about doing that for my whole 2019 year.
Mm.
And then just being the guy that just fucking keeps the book on the shelf, and just to be
book of their year,
just to be narcissistic. I'm this is the 2019. Chapter 5. Hey, I touched someone's face, kinda, in an accident. No, that was interesting.
But that would be a really cool, again, that's a really cool creative art experience. You have a person's life right there in written form. It's so cool. Yeah, I put down more podcasting, finishing my record, performing at least 3 times somewhere, which is terrifying, and curating my space when I get a new place. I want to have a nice place to live, and I want to paint it the way I want to paint it and make it look pretty. Yeah.
Make it all Gabi style.
Make it Gabi style. Make it Gabi style. So you know how there's a social category on this thing? I'm literally trying to make sure that at least once a month in 2019, I see my 5 best friends. I go out at least once a month somewhere to do something, dinner, a drink somewhere, and have at least one day every week where I do nothing but take care of me.
Fuck yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, you should do that twice on Sunday.
And twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday.
And twice on Sunday. Do you have any social goals? I think your vacation one of being alone is kind of one of them.
I've reconnected with my friend Steven over the past year, and I'm really, really, really glad I did. And he's the one I'm going to be collaborating with. So I don't know. I just love seeing that fucking guy. And he's been a very good friend. He's been a very loyal friend. And we've had a lot of deep conversations like over this year. And I just want to see him as much as I can and just hang out with him. And, you know, he's a fun guy. Hey, Steven, if you're listening to this one's for you, man. You dumb cocksucker. You're scaring all the fucking customers away. God damn it.
Is that the video where the alligator eats the arm of the other alligator?
Yeah.
I love that video.
Every time we talk, we reference it. Like I would say, hey, you dumb cocksucker. How you doing? God damn it.
That's so fucking rad. No, I got, I sustained my best friendships this year, and I feel very grateful that I have 5 to, really like 6 or 7 people that I know are always in my corner and that are there for me no matter what. And especially during this eating disorder recovery and like all this shit, like they're always there for me, and I feel awesome with that.
Fuck yeah. It's so strange because I have such a very small circle of friends now.
Same.
I lost a couple, and I've, rekindled with some, and I've kind of gained a couple new ones, and you're the new one, from this past year, especially. Goddamn.
I know. We're good. We were like friends before, but now it's just like, you're like my fucking brother at this point.
Yeah. You come over here, it's like, I got my own like mug.
Yeah, you do.
Out of and shit.
You have your own mug. Like you are, I've offered to let you spend the night when you need it. Like, cause you're super drunk and you need someplace to crash.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I get really drunk off my loneliness, so I just need a place to... It's... I haven't touched... I just want to cuddle, but I can't. Because... can't even cuddle my own pillow anymore. Cause I'm a fucking monster. So I'm like, Gabby, I need a place to get my shit together, and you're like, yeah, just sleep on the floor like a dog, and I'll be here, and then I'll kind of be really anxious about taking a shit. Because I'm like, oh my God, Gabby's going to smell my shit and kick me out, and I'll even be more lonely. So I like hold my shit in, and like we're like eating breakfast, and you're like, how'd you sleep? And I have to like say like I slept okay when I really didn't sleep at all because I've been holding in a shit.
Been there. Every time I've ever had a man sleep over.
Yeah. So, or if I did, I would have to sneak it. And like, okay, I'll never forget. Before like I started dating one of my exes, she invited me to go to a wedding and with her like in like December. This is like 7 years ago, and I stayed the night at her place, and we didn't like fool around. Like it was I don't know. We were just friends at the time, so like nothing happened. I met her family. It was kind of strange, but I didn't shit for like almost 2 days because I remember I took the train to Aurora.
Oh my God!
Like 2 fucking hours.
Yeah.
And I thought like and then I remember like in the middle of the night, I like, cause they didn't have like a fan on or anything. They just like slept.
No.
Like, and like you could hear, and it was a creaky old house. You like you hear like the footsteps.
So everyone would hear your butt trumpet while you're trying to drop a deuce.
So like it got to the point where like, okay, there are no more farts left and this has to get out.
Oh my God. Ew.
It like fucking, it just completely plummeted out.
Oh!
Like it was a person around a 9/11 tower. Like it just completely
oh my God.
fell out. And then I remember, like, I like, stayed in the bathroom until the smell went away.
I've done that multiple times.
Like, I was with a friend while they were sobering up. Like, I just stayed devoted to getting rid of that smell. And then when I walked out of the bathroom and I went back into the room and then I had to, like, go back in, like, to pee later on, and the smell was still there, and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna fucking call the police.
I've totally, being a vegan and a vegetarian, like, your bowel movements, there's nothing to compare. Oh. So, or if there's accidentally dairy in something, and I haven't been eating dairy for a long time, oh my God, it's bad.
Oh man, like, it's, because I couldn't even fart because, like, I don't want her to think someone's breaking in the house. These loud, muffled, bassy, fucking booming noises sound like footsteps, but only 2 of them, which is even creepier.
Oh my God.
Just boom, boom. Like, what the fuck was that? But, so yeah, if I spent this, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to touch a face. And I just want to have someone in my arms silent and then just fucking share 20 minutes of just fucking complete silence. And I'm just like,
that's really sweet.
Feeling human.
That's really sweet. So. I hope that I recover enough. I like the fact that I don't want to say I like that I'm alone right now, but, like, I know that my being alone is purposeful. My being alone is by choice. It is not from the fact that no one likes me or I can't get somebody, because I've proved in the past year and a half that I can get a lot of men. That sounded really bad. Like, I don't mean it. Like, I'm not like a, like, I'm not like, I don't like sleep with everybody. I'm just saying that, like, it's like, it was a fucking shocker to me that, like, I was attractive to people. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it was like, like, have you ever watched an anime where, like, the girl who has glasses, all of a sudden her glasses fall off and then she's like a babe.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone knows it. Like, it's kind of like I realized I was a babe, while also thinking simultaneously I was a piece of shit and thought I was fat and ugly and that no one would love me. So, but I realized, like, that's not true. Like, I'm a really attractive person and people want to date me. But right now, I can't date anybody because I'm working through my own recovery and I need to get through that before I can date somebody. Because if I don't do that, it's not going to work out. And, the reason I haven't met, quote unquote, or I'm not with, like, my person to end all persons is because I need to get through this first.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a life goal, like, maybe not 2019 goal, but a 2020 goal, maybe find a nice boy.
A nice boy.
Find a nice boy that'll hold you.
Yeah, he's got a nice fedora.
No.
And he's a real happy camper.
No.
And he's somebody you go steady with. Go to the sock hop.
We can go steady, but he can't have a fedora.
Yeah, he works a 9 to 5, and he comes home, and you make him a nice vegan pie.
Nope.
And then he's like, "Hey, honey, how you doing? Do you wanna fucking go out to a movie tonight, babe?" And then you're like, "Yeah, let's go out to a movie tonight, babe." And then you fucking go to the movie, like, "Yeah, the movie was all right. I thought it was all right though. Let's go home. All right. Okay, good night, babe. Yeah, good night, babe."
Yeah, so maybe that'll happen in 2020. Maybe, whatever you just did, maybe that'll happen in 2020.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen at the end of 2019. Who knows?
But, like, with me, like, I just want it to be like, "Honey, I'm home." "Well, you dumb motherfucker. You know what time it is, you son of a bitch." Like, and then
You want Macho Man Randy Savage to come back from the grave and be your lover?
I'm just saying, someone who's had a long day but wants me home but hates that they love me.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we all just want somebody to love.
Yeah.
And love us.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone will ever love me for me. They'll love me for who I am to them. I have to love me for me. And that's the only way that I could ever
You really
feel that.
think no one will ever love you for you?
No, because it's not because I'm an irredeemable, shitty, piece of shit person. It's that no one will ever see me for how I see me. So I gotta fix that shit first in order to, like, because they'll never know my thoughts, and thank God. Because they would just be like, "Well, fucking armpits? Ew.
Ow.
Okay. Maybe a sniff. Oh, God, he's fucking, what? He likes it when I sweat? This is, ew. Okay. Hate that I love him. But he's loyal.
But he's loyal. Looks away.
Yeah. So, he said something offensive, but he wants to smell my neck and head. Okay.
I think you will find your person, and they will love you for you, because I think that they will see you for you, and they will embrace you for you, and they will love you for you.
Yeah, I just want someone who has some nice smelling hair and, smart and sweats and...
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Oh, I said sweats.
You want her to sweat?
Yeah.
Okay, before I start getting into my kink shaming, we should probably end this episode. Oh my god, it's the last episode of 2018. It's the last episode of season 2.
Holy shit. But let's go through the list. I do have something to close on.
Okay.
So, okay, we got okay, so we have a lot of this stuff. We pretty much, it looks like, well, was anybody else having a great or shitty year? Everybody I know was having a shitty year.
Let me think about that. Well, I put down great that one of my best friends, Catherine, had a baby. My friend Agnes moved away, which was great for her, shitty for me. My friend yesterday, Nikki, who is a family friend, had a baby, which is great. My mom had a great and shitty year. My dad, I think, had a good year. My brother had a great and shitty year, like ups and downs. They're working through stuff like I'm working through stuff. But I think it was like, a friend lost her job, which was shitty. That she also is going through something shitty. And another friend had something shitty happen too. It's just been ups and downs.
Yeah, I can't really speak for everybody, but if you just wrote it on paper, I'd say I had a fairly tame year compared to most everybody in my life.
I think if I had to rate who had a worse year, like me or the people in my life, I think we were about equal. Well, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of mental health stuff going on in my family. So my ED and somebody else's stuff. So I only can rank those. So, yeah, I think it was ups and downs for a lot of people. There's a lot of health related stuff that happened this year. Babies, mental health, physical health.
Not a very good year.
Well.
Overall.
Well, I thought 2018 for me was awesome. I feel fucking phenomenal at 2018. There was a lot of lows, a lot of soul crushing bullshit, but now I feel a lot better. Yeah.
So let me take back what I said. I actually had the year of my life that I needed the most. I did not have a bad year. I've had a lot of trying and stressful times, and I would say from about May to August was fantastic.
Yeah.
But overall, it was the year that I needed the most for my life in order for me to start living my life the way I wanted to, because I literally crawled out of this really deep, fucking really dark depression last year, and it's weird now because now that I'm able to really listen to myself, and writing in that journal every day helps too, because I was able to make some very big and important decisions about my life, and just really listen to myself. And from when I started to do that, that's when real changes have started to happen. And I can easily say that I've had some days that I've felt down, but maybe those have been at least 7 days total out of the whole year, as opposed to every single day that I've just been really shitty. If anything, I've been more anxious this year than anything.
Same.
Yeah, just going to bed with the fucking, you're oh no, what are you gonna do, you fucking asshole? No one wants to fucking do, you motherfucker. I'm just what the fuck, just stop the parade.
Yeah, no, same. I've just had an onslaught of you're a piece of shit, wake up in the middle of the night with anxiety, you're a piece of shit, nothing's gonna happen, you're never gonna be happy, blah! All that bullshit.
So, but overall, I don't know, this year has really meant so much to me. And I do have a memorable moment, and I don't know how comfortable you will feel after I say this, but okay. I would say the moment of the year for me was our depression episode, when I went on that 20-minute monologue, and then you started crying, and then I just had you in my arms. And that was so fucking powerful. And because it tied up so many things. One, it tied up how much of a great friend you are. Two, I really I don't know, it's just been such a privilege and an honor to just see your heart. Not only through that, but through fucking everything too. And just to see that your honesty come through, because, I'm able to see the best in people a lot earlier than they do. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that you're starting to see the person that I see. Mm-hmm. And you're working on the path to get to that person. So just that moment was so fucking great. And that just meant I don't know, we made something art out of that shit. Yeah. And I got a fucking great friend out of it. And you were smelling good that day. No,
oh my God. You're not allowed to comment on my stench ever.
I'm just fucking
I know.
I'm just being serious. All right, and then
I'm just being serious. I just love the way you smell, Gabby.
No, that was the whole purpose of that story, was just that your hair smelled really nice and strawberry that day.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell like strawberry. It should smell like it just smells like hair right now.
Okay. But that was the moment of the year for me, because it really symbolized where I have come from and where I ended up and what I want.
I agree. I totally agree.
So that is it for me. I really hope that everybody had a decent year, and I really feel the new year coming on. And so far the family curse has not taken its toll.
Knock on wood.
So I have 2 weeks left, so pray for me. I have 2 weeks left of this fucking year, and I'm really hoping that the next year will be even better, and I think it will be, because I'm off to a damn good start, and I have some damn good people in my life to make sure that happens, and you're one of them. And I just want to say thank you for everything, for putting up with all my shit this year, for just being a great listening ear, for offering me just a fucking cup of coffee every time we talk about these goddamn catastrophes in our life, and making it into a podcast, and just making sure that we are the best people we can be.
I feel the exact same way. Couldn't have said it better myself. I feel every single thing, but bounce back to you, replace all of you, but with Brent and all that shit. I feel the exact same way. I think that was an amazing moment for you and this podcast and us as friends. And I'm really looking forward to 2019 for all the art we're going to create, for how much more our friendship's going to grow, which seems impossible right now, because I feel like you're my brother, and it couldn't get any bigger, deeper, wider. Ew, bigger, deeper, wider. But I don't think it could grow anymore, but I know it will as we progress in this episode. So I'm just looking forward to another year of growth and transformation and happiness and success and prosperity and joy, and getting to hold people's faces, maybe, if we're lucky.
It's already done. We just didn't do it yet.
I love you. Okay, this has been the end of season 2 and the end of our 2018 retrospective. If you like what you hear, you can always listen again on coffeeandcatastrophe.com. You can like us on Facebook at Coffee and Catastrophe. Coffee and Catastrophe with Brent and Gabi is the full title of this show, if we haven't said our names enough already on this fucking show. You can follow us on Twitter at CCWBG, and we're also on iTunes, Stitcher, and CastBox. That's where you can listen to us and listen to all 35 episodes, all 35 plus hours of us talking about the deep, dark, existential bullshit we all deal with as humans.
Thank you very much. Have a great year and be good to each other.
Bye, guys. Have a good 2019. Love you. Bye.